Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Donga, and you're listening to Boom Radio. Boom Radio. Keep listening. Don't touch it.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Boom Bar reaching you from hot and cold Lagos. I will explain why. My name is Shola Rogers.
My name is Oladolupo. Bid you warm welcome to the bar this very interesting Monday afternoon. It's a brand new week. And welcome. That's it.
My name is Tokubo Ojekule. I thought you wanted to say Eclipse Day or something.
Yeah.
Well, we're not in North America, so.
But
Yes,
no,
so-
information, right?
So it's good that Tokumbo talked about the eclipse and all of that. For those of you who are wondering what it is, okay, it's not happening in our side of the
It's
world.
not. It's not. That's why it's not interesting,
But-
though.
but-
It's not interesting.
But there's a
No.
lot of
Are
there's
you
a friends.
Because we don't get to see it.
Are you kidding?
You don't get to experience it.
No, you can monitor it on international
I'm not
television.
interested.
So there's a frenzy about it.
Tokubo.
I've seen it before,
She's
so I
not
will.
interested. But a lot of people are. Like, people are camping out.
No,
things
exactly.
are happening.
People are camping out. I would like to camp out to see it, but it's not here, so
No, it doesn't say you should be disinterested.
I'm disinterested though, very disinterested.
So-
more like borderline jealous. So
Jealous for the eclipse?
Yeah, she wants to be a part of it.
yeah, I've witnessed one before. It's a very nice thing, you know.
And Tokumbo Ojekule has witnessed at least 50. You know, knowing that.
You are the person they talk to me about. You are the person, right?
It's been around that long.
Bring it on.
And we pray that we witness as much as he has.
Let me tell you one particular.
Uh-huh.
You know, when they advertised the eclipse, then I remember the year. Then as soon as it happened, we started having conjunctivitis.
Yeah.
People experienced conjunctivitis. And it fell during the Apollo trip, America's trip to...
That was in the 60s.
And
Oh wow.
and so we had Apollo. Everybody
wow.
had Apollo. Red eyes.
You
and
people
everything.
all had Apollo.
We had Apollo.
All of you that were alive at that time.
I made up my mind I won't talk about these things because they're very expensive. Very expensive. So
But
now
you are-
nobody's paying me for those things.
Who told you?
Nobody's paying.
Who told you? When YouTube starts to pay us, you get paid. Please talk. Share knowledge with the rest of the world.
But really,
Anyway,
we're
it's-
looking forward to it though.
All right, so that's that about the eclipse, but that's not what the show is about
That
today.
definitely is not what the show is about today.
Yeah, hold up.
A state gets a new deputy governor all in less than 24 hours. They basically had 2 deputy governors in one day. Don't ask. We'll get there at some point.
Don't ask me.
The dollar seems to be dropping drastically in Nigeria. Whatever the CBN is doing, we're here for it. Well, there's a lot of news coming from the CBN. Also, still on the CBN, there's a lot of news coming from the former CBN.
Former CBN.
From one CBN to
from
the
one
other.
From
the
one
other.
CBN to the other.
Okay.
They're all in the news.
Good news.
It is good news.
Okay.
For some people,
All
it
round
is
good news for Nigeria.
So that's
Anyway, we'll talk about it. Still talking about it. The EFCC is also in the news. Lagos State. There's a bit of news from Lagos State here and there. The lady that drove from London is officially in Nigeria. She got to Nigeria yesterday. She saw the governor of Lagos State today. It's all gifts back and forth and a lot of accolades. Hopefully, we will get around that also. There are a few international stories. Hopefully we get through that and over the weekend there are a lot of sports stories that we will talk about, from Olympic qualifiers to a bit of Premier League, to a bit of other leagues. There are a few drama here and there that would hopefully get through around. So sit back, relax, and let us get right into today's show. And as I had said, Edo State officially had 2 deputy governors today. And you might be wondering why. Yes, one got impeached a few hours ago and another one got sworn in. So officially, if there was a news to report this morning, the deputy governor of Edo State would have been Philip Shaibu. This afternoon, the deputy governor of Edo State would have been Omobayo Godwins.
Is Omobayo, not would have been.
Or is Omobayo?
Musical chairs happening.
That's an impeachable offense by you. We can impeach you for
Absolutely.
I did not.
Absolutely.
Really, no.
Especially on the day of the eclipse. So, yeah.
Why did you decide to eclipse the new position of the deputy governor?
She edited it.
Yeah, it's eclipsing. It's eclipsitical.
Elliptical.
Don't bite your tongue.
Like, what are you people doing?
You know?
Anyway, for people that are wondering, yes, the former deputy governor, Philip Shaibu, was officially impeached today by the House of Assembly. Interestingly, immediately after that, another deputy governor was sworn in quickly.
Yeah, we were standing by probably for that.
Yes.
I'm a little bit curious. I don't think that we couldn't have arranged the outgoing before a select committee to appropriate the charges for him or to him. I don't think we did that, or they did that.
They didn't inform him.
The appropriate committee to have sat down.
I think that last week there was news about the committee that the Chief Justice had set up. Yeah. And you know what? Before we even get to that, let's go through to the Nigerian Constitution and let's see what exactly is the story. So according to Chapter 6, Part 2, Section 188 of the Nigerian Constitution, it says removal of governor or deputy governor from office. Now, according to Nigerian Constitution, Chapter 6 is the executive, Part 2 is the state executive, a governor of a state, and and Section 188 is removal of governor or deputy governor. Now, it's quite lengthy, but I'll try and read it. So, according to this Constitution, Section 188 of the Nigerian Constitution, as amended, the governor or deputy governor of a state may be removed from office in accordance with provisions of this section. Whenever a notice of an allegation in writing signed by not less than 1/3 of the members of the House of Assembly stating the holder of such office is guilty of gross misconduct in the performance of the functions of his office, detailed particulars of what should be specified, blah, 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 blah. Within 40 days of the presentation of the notice to the Speaker of the House of Assembly, whether or not any statement was made by the holder of the office in reply to the allegation contained in the notice, the House of Assembly shall resolve by motion without any debate whether or not the allegation shall be investigated. So, first things first, the accused does not need to reply for them to go ahead.
Oh, really?
That's what the Constitution is saying.
Whether or
Secondly,
not it is also investigated.
Yes. They are saying that they now go ahead with the investigation. A motion of the House of Assembly that the allegation to be investigated shall not be declared as having passed unless it's supported by the vote of not less than 2/3 majority of all the members of the House of Assembly. Within 7 days of passing of a motion under the foregoing provisions of this section, the Chief Judge of the State shall, at the request of the Speaker of the House of Assembly, appoint a panel of 7 persons who, in his opinion, are of unquestionable integrity, not being members of any public service, legislative house, or political party, to investigate the allegations provided in this section. The holder of an office whose conduct is being investigated under this section shall have the right to defend himself in person or be represented before the panel by a legal practitioner of his choice. A panel appointed under this section shall have the powers and exercise its functions in accordance with such procedure as may be prescribed by the House of Assembly. Within 3 months of its appointment, report its findings to the House of Assembly.
Okay.
Where the panel reports to the House of Assembly that the allegation has not been proved, no further proceedings shall be taken in respect to the matter. Where the report of the panel is that the allegation against the holder of the office has been proved, then within 14 days of the receipt of the report, the House of Assembly shall consider the report, and if by a resolution of the House of Assembly supported by not less than 2/3 majority of its assembly, the report of the panel is adopted, then the holder of the office shall stand removed from office as of the date of the adoption of the report. No proceedings or determination of the panel or of the House of Assembly or any other matter relating to such proceedings or determination shall be entertained or questioned in any court.
Okay. I hear
In this
40
section,
days. I have 30 days. Oh, you yet
Gross
to land.
misconduct means
Okay.
a grave violation violation or breach of provisions of the Constitution or misconduct of any nature and amounts to the opinion in the House of Assembly to gross misconduct.
I don't know. I hear 30 days, 14 days, everything days beyond reasonable, how does they say? But everything we're talking about happened just in a day.
No, not in a day though.
Yeah.
So now, according to what they're saying, they're saying that the once, according to what we read, once the panel agrees to, and they send their findings to the House of Assembly,
Yes.
Excuse me.
they can impeach
The
So
governor.
the
or the
governor or deputy governor.
they can impeach,
Mhm.
right? Okay. And then a replacement immediately.
According to this,
A replacement.
there is no replacement in this section.
There's no talk about
No
it.
talk about that.
No.
Yeah. But it is well within the right of the governor to pick the replacement when he deems fit.
So according to,
Okay.
I'm trying to look for something else. There's something else I had read.
Yeah,
So
from another
yes,
angle.
it's supposed to look for a replacement. Apparently, they're supposed to serve this summons to the governor. According to them,
To the
though,
governor.
according to the House of Assembly in Edo State, they had said that according to them, they had forwarded the impeachment to Governor Obaseki for his assent today. Today he was impeached today. The assent was sent to the governor today. How come we already have a new deputy governor?
Okay.
Because if I'm correct, after that, there's also supposed to send. The governor is not supposed to send the nomination. After he has assented to it, is now supposed to send the nomination to the House
Okay.
before swearing in takes place. And all this happened in less than 12 hours.
And we already have a response from
No.
the deputy governor also, Dolupo.
Okay.
Oh, yes. So, wanted to add something. So, now, from the response, let's take it. From the response, he is saying, according to him, that things were
Who
not
is
done.
he now? The
Philip
deputy-
Shaibu,
Yeah,
the
please.
impeached deputy governor,
Mhm.
he's saying that things were not done according to the law, and he is going to basically fight it. Now, my issue with this is that according to the Constitution, they're saying that once someone is impeached, there's nothing anybody can do. But there's been a few cases,
There are precedents.
as far as the Supreme Court, there are places where a governor, a deputy governor's impeachment have been reversed. So I'm guessing that supersedes what we already have.
Yes. Well, it's a naughty issue, and a whole lot of stuff has happened in Edo State. We knew if you could look into any crystal ball, no matter how blurry it looked, we all knew that it was going to play out in favor of the governor,
Yeah.
regardless of how things pan out. The time to execute his plan was there, and all of that, as against when at Ondo State, something similar was going to happen a few years ago, but it was hard for them to pull it off because of the window the time. So without taking too much of our time, I feel that Governor Obaseki had studied the Constitution and he played it around that. Like, look, this guy has got to go. It's got to go. We saw when they went for the inauguration of the governor of Bayelsa. Their relationship, was glaring where he refused to shake the hands of his deputy governor, while other people shook. That's Philip Shaibu. I keep referring to him as deputy governor. I need to start saying former deputy governor now, because sadly he is now.
He is
the former
according to the law. So now, still talking about the issue. Yeah, there was somewhere that I read that as much as the law is very funny. Every single court case that has come up with the impeachment process and all that, the courts had never negated someone being impeached.
Yeah.
What the courts always question is the process of the impeachment. Because now it means that if the process is not done according to the law, the impeachment is automatically null and void.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask, now he should be given a chance to appear with the council.
He didn't.
He didn't
and
appear.
The assembly is also saying that they served him. He did not reply.
He didn't reply. No response from him. Okay.
I don't even think if he did not reply at this point, I don't think there's anything anybody can do about it. Yeah, I just feel that the things that happened in the last 12 hours was a little rushed. You could have impeached him, yes. You didn't have to swear in another person right there today. Just follow due process. That's where my issue is, because at the end of the day, if we're not careful, we would have another drama on our hands.
Who says there's a drama playing up already?
Yeah, there's going to be continuous drama playing up, and the whole thing, and then there's so much drama over, even though a lot of times these things are really interesting. Let's not lie. They're actually very interesting. But it would have been completely avoidable if we just stick to, it's almost like as if they were trying so hard to just get rid of this person so fast.
Too early to judge that.
Anyway, we will see where that is going.
The deputy governor, former deputy governor of Zamfara State, that we, talked about the other time. When this happened, it took him about a year plus, to get judgment. By the time he got judgment, the court said that it should be reinstated. But the tenure
had elapsed.
Had been eclipsed.
What is wrong with you people?
Is it not correct English? Was it not?
You didn't have to use eclipse.
Pardon me. It is overcorrect. Is that anything?
Thank you very much. If it's overcorrect, then it cannot be eclipsed by any other word. Thank you very much. You're a good man.
Very true.
So but on a real to real, this just smirks of, a disgruntled system that needs to be fixed. What it means is that you think Sanwo-Olu and Amzat are cool today. You think that Alex Oti and his deputy are cool today.
Until somebody is fighting with somebody.
Just wakes up one day and says, I don't want this guy anymore, and it's gone.
Yeah, it's such a very messed up system.
What makes it a terrible system?
Yeah.
He can now appoint anybody he wants. Because I know we are still talking the whole matter. Omobayo, Godwin, Abi? Godwins. There's some Akoko Edo. I looked into him. At the last general elections, he contested.
Okay, let me take you back a little bit.
Thank you.
In 2019, he contested for State House of Assembly under Labour Party. In 2023, he contested for House of Reps. So he's
in
been
the same Labour
Party. And then
2 election cycles.
He becomes deputy governor of another party. And
PDP.
my question is, the whole of the PDP, are they saying that there was nobody they could replace
Within the party.
within the party?
Some questions we'll keep asking, we never get answers easily. My own is this. What does the Constitution say about
No, he can appoint anybody.
cross-carpeting?
At this point, he
has
never
he left-
held any office, so
has
we
he-
can't call it cross-carpeting.
Has he walked off his former party?
It's possible that he must have resigned officially, because that's
But
a good
even if
question.
he doesn't resign, is there anything stopping another person?
No,
Because the
it's
governor can appoint anybody.
No, we're not checking the possibility of a governor exercising his rights. We're looking at the politics involved.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
where my mind is really.
Okay.
Not, of course, the governor has authority to do whatever. Okay, but what I'm saying is, did he walk off his Labour affiliation, and then, I wonder how he got the placement. But we can't question the governor. Yeah, he's made up his mind. It's just my own problem is that the other deputy governor has been impeached. Right?
I want to take a quote from the impeachment of the deputy governor, the former Zamfara's deputy governor, where the judge said, "I agree with the learned silk for the plaintiff/applicant that the court must protect its dignity by reprimanding the 5th, 6th, and 7th defendants." In quote, they are the Speaker, the Governor, and the Chief Judge. And undoing the steps, the acts, or proceedings taken in the impeachment while this suit was pending. While this suit was pending. Do you understand?
Which is probably what's happening right now.
At the moment.
So if
That's
see,
just the point
see,
that I
this
want
is
to-
my issue.
Me, I'm done. After
this
that
is my
line, I'm
issue
done.
that I have with a lot of these people is the fact that you already have precedents like this. Why do we keep making? It's almost like as if the what's the word? What I'm trying to look for a word. It's like the desperation in wanting to kick somebody out. You end up making the same mistakes over and over and over again.
We get blinded.
In the
by-
same Edo State, allegedly, the governor decided to renovate the State House of Assembly complex. At the end of the day, for a couple of years, there was no assembly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Abi? So, you start to understand that the way governors go about this their act,
And you know,
they are backed by our constitution, and our constitution needs work.
if we go back and we see that the amount of what do we say now, the amount of power that is being given to governors, if I'm going to put this is just by the way though, that's probably why there are a few people that are against the idea of state police, that giving more powers to the governor, because the powers are already attributed to them, they just do as they like, which I kind of agree.
To pull this impeachment off, the Speaker of the House must be in the know and in agreement.
The
Chief
Chief
Judge,
That's
the governor.
What else is left? When you have the legislative, the judicial,
and by
and
way
the
of
executive,
information,
they are all in the same pot.
the House
What's
must
left?
have an idea. By way of information,
And when you now
the
finally
House or
have
Assembly must have an
the
idea.
head of the police also, everything is
What
over.
else is left?
Everything is over. So this will then reflect in a certain way, because you know that people tend to become ultra-vires. There's a tendency to become ultra-vires.
Eclipse.
Yeah, and now I have been eclipsed by
We're not doing this.
by that
We're
point.
moving
We're
on
moving
from
on,
that.
yes.
We are moving on.
Yes,
You
let's
people,
move
I
close.
don't have strength
We're
for you people.
moving on. Eclipse.
Anyway, we're going to CBN, as the CBN is a lot in the news today. First things first, it has been announced that the CBN has now was kind of what? How would I put it? Has listened to the cry of the BDCs, as they're saying that at the moment the BDC, the price of dollar in the Bureau de Change or the parallel market is even cheaper than the banks, so that they were begging the CBN to sell at a smaller price, cheaper price to them, so that they can make a bit of profit. Whatever magic that the CBN is doing At the moment, they are selling at 1,101 naira. As at last week, it was 1,275 naira. The dollar seems to be going, and the naira seems to be going on a steady rise at the moment. I'm actually fingers crossed, hoping that this would stay steady as much as possible. Now, still sticking with the CBN, a Lagos court today has now remanded the former CBN governor Godwin Emefiele in EFCC's custody until April 11th. Now, the story about it is that he came to court. He was on bail for another case. This particular one right now, he's in court for another $300 and something million or something. There's just some ridiculous amount.
Let's confirm that.
Yeah, I'll confirm that. But he's in court for another case. He's in the Ikeja Special Offences Court. He has now, funny enough, there are two people that were remanded today. He has been he has been remanded for alleged abuse of office. He was remanded to the EFCC custody.
Okay.
His co-defendant, Harry Isioma Omoile, has been remanded to the Ikoyi Custodial Center in determination of their bail application on April 11th.
Yes, basically we are talking about the former governor of the CBN at the moment. He has a whole lot of legal issues. Doluko has already talked about that. So it's time to take reactions from you people and from Tokumbo Jakunle. So, but before Tokumbo talks, I just want to say that I'm happy that everything is being done by the book. You know, the courts are sitting now. The facts there. And let's also mention first that the CBN governor has already, regardless of what court case you're talking about, the last one is denied all charges. So,
yes. Has he not been denying all charges since?
I just want to put it on record that he has denied all charges because he's entitled to deny all charges. However, in the court of public opinion, the divisions in that angle is just that there are more people against than there are for,
which is risky and dangerous.
Yeah. So, but however, it would be nice that this case is followed based on facts, not on sentiment. That no matter how we feel about Mr. Emefiele, no matter whatever alleged crimes that is alleged to have committed, allegedly. You see, I use alleged 3 times. So I'm just saying. Alleged has eclipsed everything. Why are you laughing now?
I didn't say anything.
No matter any of those things, at the end of the day, we need a robust system that will prevent any single individual from being this powerful to the point where there are several allegations of, untoward things. All I'm just trying to say is that even if he's sentenced, if he's found guilty and sentenced, do we have a system that will prevent this from happening again?
I want to say a little bit. Let me come in there. When we talk about the system, we talk about the books that establish the system. That's the constitution, all that one. There's this other one that has to do with character. That has to do with you yourself, right? Being the choice person for a particular seat or office. Those things you should have as attributes. We may not have a book to explain those things. But I'm saying this thing in as much as he has not been found guilty. Okay? But I'm still saying it on a broader shit.
That
you need to check yourself before you accept to sit on a seat. Okay? That has a lot of influences. Walking around those things matters to me a lot.
I think that I think I kind of agree with you, the fact that yes, we should not one person shouldn't have this much powers. So maybe that goes back to the National Assembly. What's the CBN Act? What powers does the CBN governor has? last I checked, I think the CBN governor answers to the president directly. He's supposed to be checked by the president. But also, the minute he's checked by the president and the vice president, he's supposed to work directly with the vice president. What is the National Executive Council? What were they doing? So as much as everybody is going to say that he was a law unto himself, no matter how bad it is, there might not be a lot of people, but there were a few people he was answerable to.
So whose job was it?
The vice president can call
check
you
it.
as the chairman of the National Executive Council, as CBN governor, and you will not answer.
Except we're going to say that the vice president was not alive to his responsibilities.
Alive to his responsibility.
Or he was not allowed.
We saw, yes, but we saw
Not alive, not allowed.
We saw a press conference that the former president literally was defending the CBN.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did.
So, as much as everybody's saying Emefiele this, Emefiele that, I think he's not the first CBN governor. In fact, he stayed this long. People that even a lot of people have perceived as they know what they're saying or they know what they're doing have been kicked out.
Yeah.
The governor of Anambra State used to be a CBN governor. You mess up, you don't even have to mess up. You don't agree with your boss, who's the president, you're out. The former emir of Kano
SLS.
was kicked out.
Lamido.
Exactly my point. Whether we like it or not, it might not be enough, but we can't say that there was no checkmate at all. So somebody somewhere
Went to sleep.
and allowed this person perpetrate himself this much.
Well, on behalf of all of us that have so many other stories, I know that Dolubo did not send me this work, but I will do it. We're moving on to another story.
Oh,
but
yes, we
before we leave that, I just want to
But your submission was fantastic.
I just want to chip in
because
I just want to chip in that the CBN has just announced another reform.
Yes, they have.
Which has to do with people who deposit foreign currencies for Naira loans.
For Naira loans, yeah.
They stopped it now. It's not going to happen.
It's official. You cannot use foreign currency as collateral for your Naira loans anymore.
So there are a lot of reforms that are going on.
Some cobwebbing also taking place.
Yes, there are announcements
CBN.
of members of staff of CBN.
Yeah, I think about 40
Another
people.
40 and all of that.
Under staff restructuring and all that, people, another 40 people are off. Anyway, still talking about the court. The court has now officially remanded Binance executive, the one that is still in Nigeria, is now been remanded to Kuje prison and has approved EFCC's trial of cryptocurrency fraud and all other trials that EFCC wants to have against the
one that took off.
Yeah, there's still a manhunt for
There's still a manhunt for but the case is still ongoing.
The case is ongoing.
Yes.
So in absentia, he's been tried alongside his colleague that came through.
Okay.
What I really want to know is how, this case is going to rub off well on Nigeria. How it's going to, shed light on some things that are hidden.
Maybe
how we're able to now see it, then stop it from happening again. I think Nigeria has gone through a lot. It's time for us to really move forward. And you can only move forward when you have all this data available, all this information available, and you plug the loopholes, because there are loopholes and they are being exploited.
Yeah.
Including
including
how people run away from out of custody.
Yes,
and
exactly.
We never find
those things need to be
never find
figured out.
Nobody answers.
Now, shout out to Lagos State people and people that live around Ikoyi, as the president landed 001 landed in Lagos State yesterday. So if you are around that area, you are on your own. Just wanted to put that there. Looks the president is spending his Eid-el-Fitr celebration in Lagos State.
Someone said something there. Before you continue, someone said, that it should be public holidays on Tuesday and Wednesday. That why is he in Lagos on Sunday?
The president is 001.
That he has left his job.
Yeah, he's supposed to still be working today.
So someone now said, now remote job. If you work from house.
That was a day. As the 001, you can work from anywhere you feel like working. I know this is going to happen. Any which way,
I'm not there. Oh.
but it's true.
But it's
It's okay, at the moment now, yeah, if
Is
he's
he in his
working,
office?
Please leave
if
me.
he's working,
Eclipse me from
no,
this issue.
no. If
Yeah, you
he's
can be
working,
eclipsed from this
which
particular.
we don't know if he's working or he's sleeping, but if he is working at the moment, he's remotely because his office is in
After
Abuja.
all, he's our president, and we should know what's happening.
He has basically eclipsed the
He
Abuja
said
office
that remote
the
work
Lagos
is official.
Location.
Y'all is telling you that all you remote
And you know,
workers.
before you know it now, just wait.
8 p.m., 9 p.m. Tinubu appoints because na night
That's
na night
exactly.
na night demand the
Anyway,
appoint.
I just want to put that for people that do not know, tomorrow and Wednesday, April 9th and 10th, has now been announced in Nigeria as public holidays for Eid-el-Fitr holiday. Just wanted to.
I have a friend who is a Nigerian that works in Egypt, and he's talking about how it's virtually the whole week for them. You know,
that's beautiful.
That they actually work on Sundays in Egypt. They work on Sundays.
Okay.
So it looks like from Monday, their own public holiday is this Tuesday and Wednesday, but like Monday day and other days. So
That's
so
great.
it's
That
good.
is great.
It's good. And you know, but the sad thing for me as a Nigerian is that I've observed through the years that once there's a dual public holiday that they have 2 days back to back within a week, it usually eclipses the other days. The other days are eclipsed.
Eclipse again.
What is it?
So
with
the
this
week
eclipse?
is now
It's a long one.
We are moving
You
on,
take-
please.
you take the whole
We are
week off.
moving on. Any which way, we're coming down to still talking about Lagos State. The lady that drove from London officially landed in Lagos State yesterday. Such a beautiful, beautiful reception that she got today. She went to see the governor. Interestingly, she's officially now a Lagos State ambassador. The car that she drove, as she's now donated it to Lagos State, is supposed to be in the J. Randall
Center at
Center
Onikon.
Isn't
at
that
Onikon.
lovely?
For that reason, the governor has gifted her a car and also gifted an apartment as well.
You know,
Her name is
Nubi.
Tubi, yeah?
Nubi.
yeah.
And I'm so happy for her. 68 days on the road. She went through a lot. We talked about her on Friday, and we
Yeah.
encouraged people to go out. But Nigerians actually trooped out
Oh, a lot
from
of
the
people
border
did,
all
yes.
the way to
Straight
Unilag.
from the border, right from the border.
You know,
it was
so a big shout out to this lady. And I said it on Friday. I'm saying it again. I'm not sure I'm going to drive 68 days back to back, trying to break some
I
records.
saw a video that she posted last night that she I'm about to sleep, and it's the first time in weeks that I don't have to wake up to think about
Driving. Yeah.
She's probably not going to drive for a long
It's a lie.
time.
She will drive brand new car. Look, she has a brand new car with a specialized plate number.
Yeah, she has a specialized plate number. So.
Now, Lagos State is picking all her bills. Every amount of money she spent, because she was doing a detail of how much she spent from London to Spain. I think it was 200 and something pounds on petrol. Whatever she spent, Lagos is going to reimburse her. She's now an ambassador. She will drive. It's a brand new car. It's not that the car looks like all these lag ride is the same
but
color.
it is lag ride.
So
It's
she's-
Lagos scanner. So what other car do you expect?
If we flag you, don't pick us and you will see. You will see.
But
So-
I must say kudos to the government in Lagos.
Yeah,
So
I think
I'm happy that Lagos keyed in because the concept is London to Lagos. And it's obvious that they were not in the plan from the get. But they keyed in. You know, it's
Yeah.
good publicity for them. London
yeah, it's
to
good.
Lagos.
It is good publicity for
And-
Lagos State.
57 years ago, a certain Newton Jibuna had done this trip.
See?
Yeah,
When
I think I
he
saw
was-
him.
He was
True.
27 years old then. And he had done this trip. Then he did it 2 other times. So the man drove this old route 3 times. And he was there as part of the team to welcome
To
her
welcome her.
and everything. It's a thing of joy that he set a record. And he's done it 3 times. For her to beat this record. Now she set it, let's say, first woman, youngest woman, blah, blah. But for her to beat Newton's record, now she has to go 4 times. You know? But the beauty of it is that he's there to welcome her and everything. And one of the things I liked about Mr. Jubino is that he's always talking about conservation and all of these things. So
Yes, he
whenever
brought-
they
he
do
brought
these
the
things,
climate in.
you know,
He brought
climate change, and
in, yeah.
it brings awareness to the cause
To the cause, yeah.
that they are fighting for and everything. And before we move away, Pelumi Nubi, I saw the video of your mom and your dad. You have amazing parents. Your mom wanted to claim she was cool, but your dad said, you. That she said she had been planning this trip for 2 years, but she didn't tell her mom because she knows her mom would have talked her out of it.
Way.
And she's a globetrotter. She likes to travel and everything. Look around you. Look within you. There might be something that you will do that will stand you out. Don't wait for government to happen to everything. At times, you just need to take charge by yourself.
Absolutely.
So, especially for women now, this is a major victory for women.
It is.
And I hope that they revel in it. We just left the International Women's Month, but it doesn't mean that we can't continue to celebrate our women. I'm just happy that she did this with very little incidents. Whatever she went through pales in comparison
it's part of
to the achievements.
It is part of the journey. It's part of the story.
So shout out to her
Shout out to her. So now, before we leave the issue of Lagos State had announced, I think this happened over the weekend, where they are threatening to seal supermarkets over non-disclosure of price tags on their products.
Please tell them all.
Now they're saying that it is compulsory. Basically, let's see your price. Let's see how ridiculous your pricing is, so that we can report. People can easily report you. So they're saying that anybody that do not display their prices, they're going to be shut down.
I think this is a welcome development. One of the reasons why I think so is that about this time last year, before all of this dollar craze in Nigeria, virtually every supermarket will put their prices on every item. But when they created a system that was geared towards exploiting us, you see, I spoke to top businessmen and they said to me, look, you can't blame them because they if they sell at the price that they bought it and with their original markup, they won't be able to buy again. Okay, we get it. But now that the dollar has crashed, the prices are not crashing. And the reason why is that the stores, the supermarkets, they don't put prices anymore because they change those prices willy-nilly. So what it is now is that they are now forced to put the prices on it, which means they can't change the prices anyhow because it will be stress for them, it will be additional cost and everything. Now, LASCOPA has said this, that's the Lagos State Agency. I hope we make it a national thing, but it's the enforcement that is my own fear. And one of the best ways that this thing will work is I'm calling on all Lagosians now.
You go to a supermarket.
This is what they take a picture, send it to LASCOPA. They have their numbers, their email.
I think that's even the easiest thing that they can do.
You know the interesting thing about this issue you're talking about? Just at the time when the Naira and dollar were having problems and things
when they were fighting.
Yeah, and things were going up and down. I went to a supermarket with my wife. And I won't mention the product. We went to the shelf, saw this product. The tag was on it, to be candid. The tag was on that product.
But
and
it's not the price that
we
they
took
give
that product to the till.
With the intention
And
that
when
that's
we
the
got
price.
to the till, when we got to the till, a woman just came from somewhere, just shouted from across the... Before you sell anything, call madam, call madam, call madam. And I looked at her, call madam, what for? My wife was confused. Which madam? And then
Is it not the price?
The girl picked, and I said, there's a price on this thing. They, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to sell it. Okay, fine. My wife she wanted to walk. I said, no, let's wait and see where we're going. And she picked the phone and put it on speaker. Madam, blah, 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 blah. Hey, don't sell it, don't sell it, And I was confused.
Embarrassed.
I think a lot of people
confused and embarrassed.
I think people just use
I was
it
shocked.
to...
And I said, what is the matter? What is going on here?
And it's something that would have eclipsed your initial plan to buy more things.
So that's one, because don't forget that I didn't even step in that place anymore.
Again,
I didn't step there. But here we are. How do we enforce? How do we enforce such things, really? How do we enforce?
No, I think that we just need to.
We all need to play a role.
We need to play a role. You get into somewhere, the price tag is not there. There's a problem. You put a price tag there. You sell something different from the price that you put there. You are being deceptive. There's a problem. We report. I think that's the only way that it can make a lot of sense at the end of the day. Now let's go. Let's move quickly. Let's do a bit of international stories. If we have time, we'll come back to a bit of other Nigerian stories. Now, French soldiers, for the very first time are officially guarding Buckingham Palace for 24 hours. They're saying that it is the first time in history and is to mark 120 years of friendly relations between the United Kingdom and France.
A big shout out to, the French. It's a good time for them to take over the government. Nah, scratch that. I'm just playing.
You better eclipse that.
I have eclipsed it.
Eclipse that.
So,
But I think
I
the
like how
French government
we go down into history.
Yes.
Then we celebrate it,
Mm-hmm.
and it also sheds more light on certain things. Because just picture Ghana celebrating something years, and for 24 hours they have the Super Eagles. Sorry, the Nigerian Army. Sorry, Nigerian Army. I made a mistake now.
Nobody's after you. Just go on.
No, look at the look.
No, leave the look
Okay,
alone.
so the Nigerian
Move on.
Super Eagles will now go to protect the I rest my case.
You better arrest that case because you're not
Arrest
going.
it fast.
You're not going anywhere.
But can I confess to you guys, I don't want to go to Ghana anytime soon. If they catch me for that,
Boy, you will. You will.
Any which way, let's move on from that. As the Vatican today has reaffirmed its position on sex changes, gender theory, and surrogate parenthood, as well as abortion and euthanasia, is saying that it is affecting the what's their English? That is grave threats to human dignity, but they're supporting blessings for same-sex couples.
Before we talk about the Vatican and their decisions,
the last line says they are supporting.
Oh, they're supporting exactly for
blessings.
Blessing.
It's been 4 months now since they say that they will allow blessings for LGBTQ couples in the Catholic Church.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but before we go to that, if we even go back to it anyway, something that's eclipsed this. There's a comment that just dropped on YouTube from Oluwaremileku Tovio. Yeah.
Okay, so she says, this false price on items is a serious matter. I paid way more than I planned at a particular supermarket last Thursday. I didn't realize until I checked the receipt.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy.
Oh,
and
they.
what?
Yeah.
It's the same thing that happens.
Yeah.
I tell you that you see a price there, and then they
Meanwhile,
literally
at the
tell
till,
at the till
it's
a
a
different
higher
price.
price.
And I think that
scamming.
we should stop. It is at this point.
That's
I think
scamming.
we should learn to tell ourselves to stop some of these things.
Someone
We
close
need
to
to
me.
continue. We need to. I think we are indulging these people.
Someone close to me was at an eatery somewhere in Alausa yesterday. The eatery shall remain nameless. And most of them have this package where when you buy food, it comes with a drink. And so she had bought the food and bought the drinks. I think there were 5 people in their party. So they bought the food and drinks and all. But as she went back to the counter for something, and she saw a foreigner of a different nationality who had bought stuff, and they told him the price before he paid, and he's like, wait, why is it that high? Now, you're looking at this person as a foreigner, I usually think they have money, and why is he? But the guy now goes, okay, let me see the breakdown, because what they've been doing is that at this particular eatery, they only give you your POS receipt. They don't give you the receipt from their machine, the
For the
printout.
product you bought.
Yeah, they don't give you. So the man now said, okay, since he didn't get a receipt, how much is this? How much? So a bottle of a popular soft drink was 1,400 naira. What? At an eatery. 1,400 naira.
Like, what's the justification
Yesterday.
for that?
No, he's a foreigner.
No, that's what they've said
That's
to
how they sell
everybody.
it. But because they sell it all with a package set, so you don't even
So
know
you
how
don't
much.
have
to
You
break it
just
down.
realize that
And
this
they
thing
don't-
is
and they don't even
expensive.
give you receipt again. Do you understand? So 1,400 naira for a bottle of soft drink in a plastic bottle.
That is about 300, 350 now.
And at 350, the person is making money. And they're selling at 1,400. And they now refuse to give you a receipt. Because maybe if they're giving you a receipt,
They
you
know.
will check.
You will
And
check.
you will price it and say, no, I don't want. So they said, the guy now said, remove this. How much am I paying?
Okay. Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It
At the end of the
doesn't.
day, it does not make sense. And it
Eclipse
is
the
not.
eclipse it.
Okay, please stop this eclipse.
The exploitation.
Why not?
Thank you.
The
All of
explo-
you. I don't
No,
want to
no,
hear
no.
the word
I agree with
eclipse.
her. I agree
I
with
don't
her.
want to hear the
I
word.
agree with that. The exploitation by Nigerian businesses has eclipsed any form of joy that Nigerians can feel when they purchase.
I thought I said I don't want to hear this
But
eclipse
I agreed
anymore.
with you.
There's a way
I don't
out.
need your agree.
There's a way out.
Just don't take.
For every transaction, go in with a calculator. Get your calculator at the till.
That will
Hold
eclipse
it would-
their
it would-
emotions and their plan to steal
We're
your money.
going to the Vatican.
Let's go
Still
there.
going back to the Vatican. So interestingly, they are now saying that they have an issue with sex changes, gender theory, and surrogate parenthood. Now, as much as you might have an issue with a lot of things, I think that first things first, surrogate parenthood, I'm sure that if everybody can or has the opportunity, or if every woman, don't let me say everybody, if every woman has the opportunity to carry their own child
by themselves.
I think they would.
Everyone that wants
The
to
issue of surrogacy, I'm guessing, was because there was a need, and some people, for reasons that most people cannot, they don't have what's it called over
They control over
Control
they
over
have
such
to
things.
look for other people to
To
help
help them
them carry, which
become-
is an issue,
And it's not a vogue.
and it's not a vogue.
No,
it's
it's
not a
not a
vogue.
vogue.
Honestly, if a man or a woman wants to have a child so much that they are willing to consider surrogacy, I see them as amazing people.
But
because
you
it
s-
shows that when they have that child, they will do everything for that child. Do you
But
know that?
it's
Because they
okay
went out of
for
their
you
way.
to say that
LGBTQ can get
LGBTQ
blessed.
can get blessed, but someone that is trying just to want to have a child, there's a problem with it. I'm sorry.
Read the comments.
this
There's
is-
another
this
comment from
Okay, please, can you read it?
Oluwa Remilekun Tovio. She says, please stop bothering to Dolupo with the matter. There's a word that I can't
Oh,
really
this
see.
eclipse matter. Oh, please, thank you very much. I
don't know why Tokubo just kept on talking about eclipse.
It's Tokubo again?
Now he's trying to eclipse me.
Can we exit this story and go to the next story?
we are moving on.
Let's
Because
eclipse it.
honestly, this is a whole program on its own.
It is.
That issue
The
of
eclipse-
the Vatican,
I think it's
it is a whole program.
No,
on
even
its
the
own.
pricing.
For me,
Guys, even this fake pricing thing and this wicked pricing thing is an entire program on its own. You know,
Anyway, so-
I'm really looking forward to the time when we even practicalize these things.
some of these
by
things,
going out.
make videos of it. Now, a little bit of football sports reviews over the weekend. So the Olympic qualifiers between South Africa and Nigeria, the Super Falcons and the Bayana. Now, the Super Falcons have 1-0 ahead of them. They're still the second leg. I hope that they do justice to it as well, and you know.
I am, like I said, I'm so worried. I'm so afraid that because we're playing the best women's team in Africa at the moment. As much as Nigeria has won more trophies than them, but they've been bigger than us in the last 2 years or thereabout.
Yeah.
But I believe so much in the Falcons, and I'm hoping that they would actually go there and show why they are the best football
But I
team
have an issue though.
out
I
of
have I
Nigeria.
don't I won't call it an issue. I have a question.
Yes, please.
Remember that Olympics, does it affect women too, that it's only a few people? I think Olympics is under 23.
Yes, it's under 23, but you are allowed to bring
You're allowed
three.
to.
3.
Over
So are we
8
saying
players.
that not everybody in this team that is playing qualifiers now?
Yeah, so these are the guys that are going. If you notice,
Oh, these are the set.
if you notice, they didn't bring all the Super
They didn't.
Falcons in.
No, they
They
didn't.
just invited a few of the over 8 players with the young players. and they
Okay,
have a
okay,
blend.
that makes sense.
So they're
That makes
already
sense.
projecting that this is
This
the
is the
team,
team
that
that
will
will-
represent Nigeria.
That represent
in
Nigeria.
Paris.
Okay. All right. Still talking about a bit of football before we get to a bit of results of the Premier League. Ajax over the weekend suffered worst defeat in 97 years.
I think Ajax is in the doldrums. I think they're going through.
We are. Everybody's counting.
You know, they used to be the biggest team in Holland, and now they have problems. A lot of problems from the CEO to other things.
Yeah.
But it still means that there's potential there for them to, turn their situation around. I feel very bad for them because I like the Ajax model. Their model is to search for talent, train them, and sell them. They're a selling club, and they make money from it.
Okay. Also, Fenerbahce has also forfeited. Over the weekend, they forfeited the Super Cup final after 2 minutes of the game. First things first, they had fielded just under 19 players.
They took their under 19 team.
And then 2 minutes after, they just forfeited.
2 minutes after.
Why did they do? Go ahead.
2 minutes after the under 19 team walked off the pitch and everything.
Yes.
We've said it for the last 1 month. Yeah. All is not well with the Turkish football.
Yeah.
And there are other political issues happening around them. Remember all the. So as it stands, just when you hear anything out of Turkey, just don't take it with a pinch of salt, but just hold your breath. Because there's something that's going to happen after.
Yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, moving still with that, talking football, a bit of results that came out over the weekend. Tottenham defeated Nottingham Forest 3-1 to enter into the top 4. So right now they are fighting to play Champions League football next season. It's good for them. Like I was talking to you yesterday that Tottenham started this season with so much verve and so much energy, like a house on fire. But it is football. Anything is possible. Also, Sheffield United, that everybody seems to have battered and bruised this season, played a draw with Chelsea.
She's correct, because everybody's scoreline against Sheffield eclipsed anything that they could have achieved.
Any which way, also another very interesting one that happened yesterday was Manchester United Liverpool. I'm sure a lot of people have lost a lot of money from betting on this thing yesterday. But anyway, United found a way, as much as Liverpool were trying to, go back to the top of the league. They found a way to dent this. That
game was an amazing game. It's a northern derby. And you know that when these two teams play, or any derby is played, the form books are thrown out of the window.
Yeah.
Liverpool opened scoring, a beautiful goal by Diaz, and we thought it was going to go that way. But United buckled down and got 2 goals on the bounce, and I'm like, okay, this is looking good. And their injury worries did not affect them when they got those 2 goals. But when you know the stuff of champions, that's what Liverpool did. Liverpool did not give up. They were relentless. Yeah, I don't like making excuses. They got a second goal, and they showed that they are still in the game. However, I'm going back to what we talked about generally about the 3 top contenders for the Premier League. It's Man City, it's Arsenal, and Liverpool. And when we even had those discussions, I kept on saying that Liverpool have a tougher run in. This is one of the games that made me say it. Yeah. And I was proven right.
And they're still going to play them one more time. They're still playing United.
So these are the issues. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? That no matter how it looks for Arsenal, no matter how it looks for Man City, if you look at the running of games, Liverpool have a tougher return of games. And this will see them drop points.
They do.
This will see them drop points. And Arsenal covered themselves in glory when they played a draw with Man City at home.
At home, yeah.
So I'm being consistent with everything I'm saying. I'm not changing it. And it is looking good for the Arsenal.
Okay, still talking about top contenders. Manchester City, even though they defeated Crystal Palace, still struggled a bit because Crystal Palace still got two goals off them. So that game ended 4-2. Aston Villa and Brentford played 3-3. Everton defeated Burnley 1-0. Newcastle defeated Fulham 1-0. Luton Town defeated Bournemouth 2-1. West Ham defeated Wolves 2-1. And Arsenal defeated Brighton 3-0 away.
There's something wrong with these Arsenal people. The way, 2024, it's almost as if they went on the mountain and they came in and said,
we're scoring
all the goals.
All the goals available.
Arsenal is not conceding as much as...
And it's been working for them.
Yeah.
Arsenal is not conceding like they used to.
Yeah.
And they are scoring more.
A lot of
and injured players are back. It's the best time. Look, if they don't win the league this season, personally, I go fight.
With the way it is now,
can't fight, really.
All they need to do is win their games. They even have so much goal difference that it's going to be difficult for anybody.
It's the year of the Arsenal. If they don't win this one, I go fight.
At this point, we're just going to give up. Any which way, sadly, in Mozambique, at least about 96 people have died and 26 people are still missing after a ferry capsized while they were fleeing a cholera outbreak in a particular town.
So you're fleeing from a cholera outbreak, then you end up, dying in the process. I think they could have managed it better.
Yeah.
The ferry probably was overloaded.
Most likely.
And maybe they could have made it do 2 more trips or 4 trips instead of 1. Please, we're all human at the end of the day, but when I hear this kind of things, it's heartbreaking for me. Cholera outbreak now leads to a massive death of people on a ferry.
Exactly.
I think the government there should learn to manage it.
Yeah. So anyway, on that note, that's all we have to take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much for the comments. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West African time. Happy Eid-el-Fitr.
Happy eclipse.
Oh my God. Bye.
Everything is eclipse.